CML, Crystal Nova will connect. Natsumi not really in range to get much damage off. And it looks like Hustler has decided he'd rather go into the mid lane where the LSA does connect, but it won't really mean anything. KYXY still falling very, very low on this Legion. He will go for the heal now, and CML going to cop a fair bit of harassment, but he just stands his ground. KYXY does back off at the perfect time, but still does have very, very low HP and can't really risk going back into the lane. In fact, never mind. CML will just find the kill with the Crystal Nova. Alright, underneath the tier 1 tower, Nuts will join in now on the Chen and try to support this Legion once he's back. Try to punish CML a bit for his insolence, but CML is going to be very satisfied with the pickup he just made. Nuts trying to go after the courier underneath the tier 1. It will definitely not pay off for him though. Nuts is just continuing this chase. Gets the range creep, goes after the courier and actually finds it as well. Perfect usage of that range creep, but it looks like he may lose his life in the process, though no CML doesn't have Crystal Nova available yet. Nuts will make a run for it. Steals another creep, sends it back after CML. Again, we have the battle of the supports up this top boundary rune spot. CML standing his ground, doesn't really have mana right now for the Nova, but now he does. It just comes up online, but it's not going to be quite enough. While I'm saying that, Nuts, or rather Hustler, ends up finding Boomy on the Venomancer. Bok gonna chase him down and should be able to find this kill with the Quill Spray. One more will do it, and he does get it in the end. So looks like Mac has joined in at the bot lane, trying to go after that tier 1 though. Here comes KYXY as well on the Legion. With that Druid, you go for a pounce. Not quite. He just wants to get the hell away from Mac, but here comes Alacrity straight after that Leshrac. Get rid of all that damage. Mac is falling quite low, and he does get taken down. Now Bokner may turn around with these Quill Sprays and get more out of it, but not quite. Alacrity does find the kill on the Bristleback, and it looks like a Courier goes down. Boomy does manage to snag the Courier. That was actually Alacrity's Courier that he does find. Meanwhile, CML gonna find KYXY, but he doesn't want to deal with him. Bot lane, Boomy ends up losing his life, and Hustler goes down to the Veno wards. While top lane, KYXY does have Jewel, but doesn't want to man-fight Natsumi, especially while CML's around. Nuts is there to try and help out, but Natsumi wants to continue this chase. He won't catch up to KYXY. With that, they'll transition back towards that bot tier 1 tower. Try to at least get something out of this. Boomy will find it on the Veno, but now the overwhelming odds coming down from KYXY, and Drew does loop around, but he cops a hell of a lot of damage. Still, Shadow Dance will be procced. He's just going to try and make a run for it, and it looks like they will not find him in time. But RR were not able to punish for that tier 1 going down. Get caught. Alacrity now will go after Natsumi on that Life Sealer. He is by himself, but here comes Hustler. Still, the rage was there in time to avoid that Dragon Slave damage. Mac he jumped on Alacrity, does get the Vortex, the LSA lands as well as the Laguna, and they just burst down Mac. Another nice kill from the side of RR. So they do go for the pounce, Alacrity does zip in, and Mac's just gone. There was a TP rotation, but that's been cancelled off as well, and with that, with all these Chen creeps, you can push in this tier 2 tower. They will fortify, but it looks like they found CML instead on the CM. Drew didn't have pounce available at the time, so he can't really close the gap. And Bok isn't exactly the option they wanted, but they could certainly try for it. In fact, they are going to. The pounce will be there. Where's the follow-up, though? The stun's coming out. Alacrity, he zips in with the Vortex as well. And Bok, he's not as tanky as you would hope. Lane. They'll run into Nuts straight away on the Chen, and that's a very easy pick to take. Nuts is going to try and make it a bit harder, but it is just way too easy for Adroit. Still, though, this does allow Drew to get out safely on the Slark, so I don't believe RR will mind too much about that. Bot lane though, KYXY. They get caught out. Bok is behind. Mac still using that Pulse Nova, and he does go down to the Quill Spray of Bok. They do end up finding that Legion Commander once again, especially the Storm Spirit for that matter. Alacrity gonna zip in, looking for Mac. He does get the Vortex off, and again the LSA Laguna straight onto Mac. And he just can't sustain the damage coming out from these two. Nuts, meanwhile, gonna find CML once again on the CM though. She just channels her ultimate straight away, and now Bok comes in to try and help out. Nuts still surviving for a little bit. In fact, Drew is gonna come in to try and help. He'll go straight after the CM. There's the ultimate being popped, and now Alacrity gets brought in as well. They could find two for this. Bok still being chased down by Alacrity. Now Drew still going after CML. He doesn't find the CM. Bok does eventually go down. Drew needs to get the hell out of there though. Natsumi, who do you chase? Run up Atos onto the Slug rather than the Storm. It looks like Alacrity is completely out of mana, but he'll be able to walk away slowly but surely. But the open wound's going to be there in just a second, but Drew is going to come back in straight after Mac. They found the Storm Spirit, and now Drew's copying way too much damage. The Gale doesn't connect, and now the three-man stun from Hustler. He turns it around. They found three of them already. They've got the Venomancer, and it's going to be a full team wipe coming out. But can he get the deny on the Roche? No, he cannot. But what a stun coming out from Hustler. That they gone on. They get the outpost, but Drew is there. Who's he going for, though? He doesn't have a target. KYXY, though. Nice overwhelming odds, but CML just channeling the ultimate Drew. He does go down. They're still going after Bok on the Bristle, but here comes Mac, and now Natsumi pops out as well, but Mac's going down as well. Natsumi, he's a sitting duck right now. Alacrity just zipping after him. He gets the Vortex. KYXY is there with the follow-up damage. It looks like CML will be the next target. They want that tower first. So they'll get the outpost. Hustler will set up onto Boomy on the Veno. And with that slow from Nuts, Boomy should just be dead here. Looks like they will be able to find him. CML, he tried to stick around. He tried to help out. He won't pay for it with his life. But it's a 1-for-4 trade. This time, it looks like top lane will be the option as Drew does get the pounce off onto Bok. Bok needs some help ASAP, but it's not coming fast enough. Looks like he is going to be controlled up once again, and Bok tries to run, but it will be to no avail. But KYXY finds Mac in the back as well. Mac TP to the shrine, and be the final tier 2 tower going down, so Reality Rift easily claim it for themselves. It does get scanned out, but that means absolutely nothing if you're not going to rotate. So Alacrity now has an Aegis to boot, and they smoke up immediately. He's popped as well. Alacrity, who are you going for? They seem to know where they are. In fact, Bok may be the first target of Alacrity. He does get the Vortex off. Get rid of this tanky Bristleback, and there's the duel into the Laguna, and he just melts. Alacrity, where are you off to now? Straight after Natsumi. In fact, make that Boomy on the Veno he wants. They're trying to control Alacrity the best they can, but he has the Aegis anyway. He is dropping low, but Boomy's dropping lower, and he does go down. The CM ultimate was being channeled, but it doesn't matter. It just does no damage to the side of the Radiant. At the very least, they got the Aegis off Alacrity. But it looks like they may lose this tier 3 tower. Alacrity does force out the Rage. Boomy, again going to be the target. He just brought back, and it looks like he may be dying back immediately, and does. Now they found Mac on the Leshrac. He uses up, but does he have a way out of this? He definitely does not. He's gone as well. At least he has the Helm of the Undead, so he can sustain for another 5, but it's not really that long. Now the duel coming up from KYX, where they completely team wipe him, and it's going to be GG War played. RR managing to pull off a 2-0 victory in this best of 2 series. And I've got to say, they look quite dominant in this series, to say the least.